Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. We are on episode 76. God, 2 weeks behind. We apologize, but we resolved the issue we had, so. Or I'm gonna fix it the rest of the week, but. Probably when you get this, I'll have it already fixed, so. We're a week behind, but here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Wednesday Night Preflight, episode 75. As part of the usual, I am Gobble S. Gobble. Correction, make that episode 76, because 75 just went up. But welcome again to ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the delay uploading and so on and so forth. We've had some technical difficulties, and those guys have been fired or relocated by now, but we got a solid packed card for you this evening. And oh dear God, how's this hurt? I told you it would only take one. Marky. I guess you were right. Maybe the Devil Driver isn't strong enough to keep you down. Maybe you're used to being dropped on your neck. Hell, I don't know. Or I'm just better than you. Boy, you're cruising for a bruising. That may be so, but dude, you and I both know that's not the case. Indeed. But you and I both agree that this is so much bigger than you and I. So what? You say we both get our cruise and finish this. You're on. See you boys out there. Well, that's going to set up our main event of this evening, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to take their final encounter between these two, and they're going to take it to a place that people haven't liked to go. I'm talking about this extends into the tag team tournament. Majority of you have seen what happened through that tournament now. And you see, these two teams have been battling each other for a while. Hell, Marcus and Kirk eliminated Freak Show and Sam Hex to be qualified into that tournament. So, that ends tonight, and it looks like we're going to be a tag team match. But besides that, we have a full show for you once again. And we also are going to talk about next week's main event, which is going to be our fatal four-way Iron Women's match to determine the number one contender for the to who is going to face Sabrina for her FSCW Women's Championship. But that's next week. We got all kinds of things to finish up here. And we see Kurt is going to open up the show. Let's take a quick peek.
Is a no-bull match. Making his way to the ring. Representing the
Oh, this is actually to see what's up next, because we're going to have Kirk versus Blavis to start off. And we saw last week, Kirk came up short in defeating Blavis. So he might be pulling double. He's going to be probably pulling double shift tonight. So it's best for him to get him out early. Because Freak Show and Sam and his partner will be going crazy. But it's going to be very interesting because not only is Freak Show and Marcus in the match, Sam's also in a match this evening as well. In a submission match. So we're going to see how the extra work that Kurt and Sam are going to put in there and see how it affects them during our main event. But till then, the show must go on, and we have other issues to resolve. We all know Blavis came by, and he was running his mouth last couple weeks ago saying he eliminated the most in the Royal Rumble, which he did, and he got his teeth punched down his throat repeatedly. He also made an open challenge to everybody else that wants a piece of him to come get it. So, Kirk and Blavis are going to go on that right now. So that's going to start us off for this evening. But we got, like I said, we got a lot of matches coming up. We have Forax and Will. Among other things, we got so many matches, so much interesting stuff going on, so many situations getting resolved or setting up to be resolved next week, because it's going to be very interesting to see how all this plays out. But we won't know until we proceed. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Kirk opens up with immediately into a Hurricanrana head scissors takedown. Telling Blavis, how you doing, buddy? As he goes into the headlock. Snapmare takedown, sucker kick to the back. Kirk early on there and goes for that single leg DDT, which is just fucking painful to watch. And Kirk just going, he was working that entire leg last week, so gonna try and break that damn leg this time, I presume. As Kirk's putting Blavis up top. And we're gonna have a big backside suplex. Kirk goes after the arm. That whole left side, Kirk is just trying to take apart. Blavis says enough of that shit, and Kirk says, have another head scissors. Followed by a flipping senton. Kicks that bad leg once again, goes to the headlock. And beautiful Harana. Here's the cover. One. Blavis kicks out at one. Kirk and Blavis lock up in the center. Kirk wins this round, goes to the wrist lock. Snapmare into a straight knee to his left arm. That whole left side of his body he's working over. Dumps Blavis on the outside of the rope, kicks him in the midsection. Kirk follows suit on the outside. Kirk picks up Blavis. Blavis has no idea where he's at. Kirk is just picking his spot, trying to target those limbs or the locations he's been working on all last week into this week. Headbutt! Nobody wins. Kirk picks Blavis up again. Blavis again stunned. And Kirk throws Blavis into the barricade. Kirk slides back in. Blavis finally catches himself, and Kirk breaks the count up. And Blavis comes back down after Kirk breaks it up, and he's going to eat a chair now. Blavis and Manley just pretty much felt that one slap, and Kirk barricade him, and Kirk going to send Blavis to where he came from, through the stage, through the barricade. That might be it. Kirk's going to jump back in the ring. Kirk is pretty much, no, he's going to break the count up. And Kirk's staring down Blavis. And then Kirk's going to say, nope, I have that match later on this evening, so Kirk's going to just take the count off victory here if Blavis is extremely unconscious, which is high probability of it. He was at a 6 count. Up to a 4 count. Yeah, Blavis is dead, ladies and gentlemen. Blavis is unconscious. Yeah, Kirk's fine with the count of victory in this case. He'll save himself fresh for the match later on this evening. So good strategy here by Kirk. And he takes the count out of victory, saves himself, so he's most likely fresh for later this evening. Good strategy there by Kirk. He decimated Blavis. So that was kind of worth it, but good strategy. Like I said, they have that improvised tag match this evening, so had to keep it that way. And we'll go on to our next match of the evening. But Kurt just taking advantage and just brutalizing Blavis. So just make him choke on some more of his teeth. That sets up very interesting for next week. And I'm being told Blavis is going, just talking to the ref, and he says he's not done with Kirk. And next week, he wants a match with Kirk, and it'll be first to a finisher. So that's going to be an interesting matchup next week. But like I said, we had a very solid match last week with 4X and William. We had all kinds of... And what the fuck? Oh, it's 13.